It's Friday, April 27th, and I'm your host, Paula Hersey. On today's show, it's going to be a beautiful weekend, and Assistant Harbor Master Derek Lawson checks in with some boating reminders before you get back out on the water. Barnstable Recreation made some significant improvements and upgrades to the skate park, and we discover where all the cool kids are going this spring. Festival of Museums is this Saturday and a must-go event. Come explore all the amazing activities planned for this free event when we talk to one of the sponsors of this Art Week. Let's start with some news you can use. Live or work in Barnstable Village? A public information meeting has been scheduled for the end of May for the Barnstable Village Streetscape project. The Department of Public Works will update the public regarding planned improvements in Barnstable Village along Main Street, Route 6A from west of Rendezvous Lane to Millway, and along Millway from Main Street to Barnstable Harbor Marina. The purpose of this meeting is to provide residents an opportunity to review the proposed improvements and to learn about the projected timeframe for construction. The project objectives are to improve pedestrian access and overall traffic safety, rehabilitate aging infrastructure, and enhance the streetscape. The project scope will include new improved sidewalks, landscaping, decorative street lighting in the village center, new resurfaced pavement, new improved crosswalks, median islands, and traffic signal improvements. The meeting will be held at 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, May 30th in the Harborview Conference Room at the Barnstable County Complex, 3195 Main Street, Route 6A, Barnstable Village. Do you have a private well and live in Hyannis or Barnstable? You may be eligible for free well testing through a collaboration between the University of Rhode Island, the Harvard University Teach-Han School of Public Health, and the Silent Spring Institute. It is funded by an $8 million grant from the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences. The program, which has a goal of testing up to 250 private wells during a 5-year period, 50 each year, began this week and is a part of a federally funded research effort called STEEP for Sources, Transport, Exposure, and Effects of PFAS. PFAS are pre-fluorinated chemicals found in a wide range of consumer products, and there is evidence that the exposure to them can lead to adverse human health effects. According to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, private well owners interested in participating in the STEEP program can register online at web.uri.edu/steep/wellwater. During the registration process, applicants will need to complete a consent form and a questionnaire. Based on responses, researchers will select the wells to be tested. Ready to get back on the water? Before you do, Assistant Harbor Master Derek Lawson and I discussed the list of safety items every boater should have on board and what is going on at the marinas and harbors for the month of May. It is almost spring. The water is getting warmer, and with me today is Assistant Harbor Master Derek Lawson. Welcome.
Good morning, Paula. How are you?
I'm well. So, we're coming up on some 50 and 60 degree weather days, so, getting that boat in the water is inching closer and closer.
Yes.
So give us a little overview of kind of what's going on in the harbors at this time of year.
Sure. Folks are starting to think about boating, with this nicer weather. So peeling the wraps off and making sure everything is proper in the boats. You have to make sure that you have your life jackets, fire extinguishers, your registration is up to date, and just other safety equipment, a ladder to make sure that you can board the boat, anchor and line. So just make sure that the safety equipment is there before you put the boat in the water, because after it's in the water, it's a little bit more difficult.
Exactly. So when we talk about, the month of May, that really by, Memorial Day, people are wanting their boats in the water. So as it leads up to that, moorings are in and coming in?
Moorings are coming in now. The mooring servicers usually work a lot during the month of May to try to get everybody's in before Memorial Day, which, like you said, is a busy time of the season. A lot of dinghies are going out to town landings now. People are getting their spots. So just make sure that you're following the proper dinghy regulations. Make sure all the dinghies have your contact information on them. And if you need to get a sticker like this at our office, feel free to stop down. The ladies will help you out with this. And just make sure that we can contact you with any vessel that is stored on town property.
Okay. And let's talk a little bit about moorings. Obviously, you know, the lottery's done. Everybody's got their moorings that are going to get a mooring. Float docks are in, starting to go in?
Yes, all the town ways to water. The Gary Brown boat ramp float is in. The Belish boat ramp is in on the north side. The Matakees boat ramp is in. And Katuitt went in this past week. There was a little bit of ice damage over there. We had some ice damage some of the piles over there, but they were corrected this past week, and those floats have been deployed.
Right. So let's talk about new boaters. You know, they just got their boat. You know, they're either going to trailer it in and out of a townway of water. What are some of the things that you want new boaters to be aware of this year?
Just to be safe out there, obviously. Ensure their safety equipment. Life jacket is the most important thing out there. Children under the age of 12, mandatory to wear a life jacket at all times. And making sure that they're following the AIDS navigation. Another item that we could give them at our office is just a safe boating pamphlet here. We give these out to the public. Just come on in and just, you know, be familiar with the ways to the water and proper navigation.
Right. And I know usually the Coast Guard at this time of year is running their safe boating classes as well. Are there any in the town of Barnstable this year, do you know?
We work with a gentleman named Tom Broderick from the auxiliary. He'll be over at our Bismore Marina Bismore Park Marina on May 21st. Okay. And he'll be out there talking to folks about safe boating and providing some information. So we work closely with the Coast Guard Auxiliary over there.
Okay. Are you looking forward to getting on the water, Derek?
I can't wait. Yeah, well, hopefully we'll get some nicer weather here. It looks really nice next week, so we'll be on the water a little bit more.
Excellent. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, thank you, Paul.
With warmer weather on the horizon, the young and the young at heart are ready for outdoor activities. Melanie Minow joins me in studio to talk about the Barnstable Skate Park improvements, operation hours, and a special event coming up. Another sure sign of spring in Barnstable, the skate park is open. With me today is program coordinator Melanie Minow from Barnstable Recreation. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
You have to be glad that finally, you know, the park's open. It's that time of year.
It means that spring is definitely here for sure, yeah.
Excellent. So tell me, when did this park open?
We opened in 1999 through just the efforts of the town recreation commission and just local skaters and bike riders who wanted a park. So they put their heads together, and that's sort of where we started in '99.
So was that a time of year where something was kind of happening, that people were really into skateboarding and BMX kind of stuff?
Yeah, that's sort of kind of where X Games comes into play, and everybody sort of jumped on the thrill-seeking bandwagon. So a lot of people really started to skate and ride BMX. Right. And also the inline used to be really popular too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the inline skates. Yeah, I did that once myself. Once. So let's talk a little bit about the park itself. Who goes there and what can you do there?
So we have visitors of all ages, abilities, who come and just ride, whether it's younger kids on scooters up to adults who just like to get on a longboard and just sort of, you know, glide around the park. So we get pretty much everybody from anywhere who just likes to come and ride. Okay,
and what can you ride there?
You can ride skateboards, BMX bikes and scooters, and inline. We don't see it too much, maybe once a year. Someone will pop in with their inline skates. So.
Okay. And what are some of the safety things that parents and kids need to really understand when they come into that park?
So everybody has to have a signed waiver on file with the skate park. So it's a one-time deal. You just sign it, you're good for the year. We just ask that you have a helmet, and if you don't, you can rent it for $1. And knee pads, elbow pads, that sort of stuff is recommended but not mandatory.
Yeah.
Yeah, highly recommended.
I would highly recommend it. Yeah. That's great. So BMX, tell us a little bit about the bike piece of this. So is there jumps and things that they do there? Or?
So what's really popular with our BMX riders are our 2 bowls. So we have large, they sort of like in swimming pools, where BMX riders can sort of like hop in and they just ride the bowls. That's sort of their favorite spot in the park. We do have other ramps and stuff like that, but that seems to be where they congregate.
And the same thing, you said scooters. What do scooters do in the
so
park?
we have a good little population of scooter riders. It's more younger kids. They really, it's easy for them. It doesn't really necessitate like a big need for balance. They have a handle, it's a foot push, it's a little easier. So we get a lot of younger scooter kids and they just kind of tool around and they, you know, they always try to drop in and, you know, they're just like the younger kids, but they make up a good chunk of our little community down there. They're fun.
So let's talk about the community. Borders, you know, having, you know, I won't disclose my age, but, you know, many years ago, I was a boarder. There's a community that is caring and that builds up the younger kids. Talk about a little bit about your community at the skate park.
Yeah, so since I've had it for the last 8 or 9 years now, I've noticed that those older riders, regardless of what you ride, skateboard, bike, scoot, they all tend to help those little kids who, it might be their first time on a skateboard and they're like, hey buddy, like, let me try to give you, you know, a tip, or I just want you to make sure you're paying attention to the flow. Don't cross anybody as they're going down a ramp. So they're always so helpful. They want the kids to succeed and feel good about themselves, and they want them to come back because they want that scooter community to grow. So or the skate or whatever they're riding. They just want the community part to just keep going. So they're always really good about getting everybody involved, letting kids know maybe some rules they didn't know, or just giving them some tips.
That's great.
Yeah.
What are the hours of that? Can you just like, you know, go anytime you want, or is there specific hours that you kind of have to adhere to?
Yeah, so when school's in session, we follow the Barnstable Public School System calendar. When school's in session, Tuesday through Friday, 3 to 8 in the afternoon till 8 at night. And then anytime that school's out, so this includes weekends, it's 12 to 8. We are closed on Mondays.
So 12 to 8, is it lit?
Yeah, we have big dome lights that light up the whole park. So it's pretty neat when it does get dark and those lights flick on and the kids are still riding. So it's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's talk about, you've got a really cool event coming up.
Yeah.
This is going to showcase the skate park. Tell us about it.
So May 12th we have, it's like our celebration, reopening. We did a lot of renovations to the park, so our bowls are have been fixed. They're super safe. We got new ramps, new gate, just a whole bunch of new, pretty clean, awesome stuff that we're excited to show everybody. So we're going to have a little celebration and opening May 12th from 12 o'clock onwards. So we're going to do like a ribbon cutting and a little opening ceremony at 12. And it's open to all riders of all ages, abilities, scoot, bike, and skateboard. So it's $5 to enter. And we have lots of cool prizes too from local sponsors.
Okay, so they can come in and ride like in competition kind of stuff?
Yep, so it's not only is it the celebration part, but it's also that competition part. So it's a good opportunity for people to come down. We haven't had a competition in a while, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Age groups or just
we'll have
type
different skill levels.
Different skill levels, okay.
Yeah, because we might get that kid who's been riding for a couple years who's like really good, and he might be as good as the high school guy. So we're going to go by skill level, just to keep everybody.
And what kind of competitions are those? Are they like X Games stuff?
Sort of, pretty similar. Maybe not as extreme, but we're going to have like best trick, and they'll have like 5 minutes to ride the park, and we'll have judges to judge their flow and their ride. So.
That just sounds like a blast.
Yeah, it's a good time.
You probably have the best job in the town.
So I think I do, actually. It's a lot of fun, yeah.
Excellent. Any advice for parents who have those safety concerns?
Yeah, it's you'd be surprised. It's actually really safe, and we do have a great staff who work down there too, who are so willing to help the kids out. They're all CPR first aid trained, so if there is a bump or a bruise, we do have trained staff there to help too. But it's just like any other sport. Take your precautions and just go at your own pace and you'll be fine.
Right. And the park is always staffed. There's just not kids showing up there by themselves. There's always somebody
Yeah,
there.
there's always at least one, if not two people on staff every day. So.
Excellent. Are you ready to ride?
No.
I'm ready to ride.
I'm a good spectator.
I'll see you on May 12th.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, Melanie.
Thank you.
Matt Bolander, Retail Development Officer of First Citizens Federal Credit Union, a Festival of Museums sponsor, joined me in studio to discuss the second annual Festival of Museums scheduled for Saturday, April 28th. Galleries and museums from all around Cape Cod are offering a fun-packed day of surprising and exciting events and activities aimed at igniting your imagination. So whether you're a mom or a dad looking for something to do with their kids, a group of friends looking for a new experience, or an art or history enthusiast, come along and join in the fun. It's all free. Do you know how many museums are here on Cape Cod, just waiting for you to discover them? Well, with me today is Matt Bolander, Retail Development Officer for First Citizens and the creator of an event that's happening on April 28th. It's the Festival of Museums. It'll be the last big thing that HYCC does before they close for their upgrade. So they're very excited that this is going to close their season. And you have been involved in this for a while. Tell us what the Festival of Museums is. What is that event?
Absolutely. So the Festival of Museums is a way for all of the different museums that are here on Cape Cod to get together in one spot and see a little over 1,000 visitors all in one day. Okay. So these museums are going to have the opportunity to reach these different visitors and show them what they, sampling of what they have to offer at their home location, and draw these folks back into their museum, where we really hope that they find quite a few points of value and become members of these museums that they enjoy so much.
So this particular event, there's a lot of different museums from the Cape. I didn't realize, as we were talking before, how many are really literally on the Cape at this point. Last year, it was its first, and it was overwhelming. You guys just, so many visitors there. How do you think this year will play out? Do you have different events that people can do?
We do. So we changed a few of the events. We added some more breakout sessions to give people more of a way.
Yeah.
Lost my train of thought.
It's okay. More of a way to see what the museums actually do. So they're
Exactly.
more interactive. You can come in and do a couple of the breakout sessions, and these run the whole day, right? It's April 28th, 10
Correct.
to 4.
Yes.
So the whole day. Give us your favorite breakout session.
So my favorite breakout session, goes back to from when I was in high school taking astronomy courses with Mike Geyer over at Barnstable High School. The Starlab Planetarium is going to be my favorite. It's just the mysteries and wonders of the sky is something that all of these kids, parents, and grandparents are going to be able to experience that you don't see everywhere.
Right.
And to me, that's going to be my favorite.
That's going to be your favorite. You have a little boy. What's going to be his favorite?
Ooh, I got a feeling if the animals are there, that's gonna be his favorite.
Okay.
But he's gonna love everything. With Toad Hall Museum, he's a huge fan of their cars. Okay. And just having fun with the Marconi RCA Wireless Museum. He's gonna wanna push buttons and flip switches. He is great at pushing buttons.
How about the Toe Jam Puppet Band? I mean, I think that would probably be my favorite. These guys are fantastic.
He has seen them before and could not sit still. He was having so much fun.
That's great. They have a recipe cooking demonstration. They have a storybook science. That sounds pretty cool, too.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that. This will be my first time seeing the storybook science. Okay. It's going to be centered around the STEM program, which a wide variety of the schools on Cape have really delved into STEM as a way to foster kids, learning more science, technology, learning the fun stuff about school,
Right.
as I see it.
Right.
So this is going to be a way for all of these parents and the museums as well to take part in the STEM program.
And the last one that I kind of wanted to highlight because I thought it was really cool was art and auction. This is an appraising kind of what appraisers look for. So there's going to be folks there from museums that say, hey, you know, if you're going to donate something, here's what we're looking for your pieces.
Exactly, yeah, and with Eldred's Auction House, they're going to be, like you said, showing what they're looking for in these pieces, and they'll be doing appraisals on site.
Okay.
I know that we are offering for the museums to bring in something from their home location so that they can get a full appraisal of that item from Eldred's, free of charge for the museums.
Right. So this whole event is free.
It is.
So people can, grandparents, parents, tail end of April, you know, hopefully the weather, it's not snowing.
Well, so last year it was pretty rainy last year, and it gave people, you know, options of what they wanted to do were limited.
Right.
So we're kind of hoping for a dreary day from 9:50 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. Everything outside of that, we want it to be beautiful for everybody, but we want to draw as many people in as possible. So, you know, we're hoping to beat the 1,000 mark we did last year.
Great. And that's going to be it's April 28th at the Hyannis Youth Community Center. It's going to be 10 to 4, free admission. Once everybody kind of learns about all the different museums, is there a place that they can go or a website that they can go to that kind of highlights the trail or the museum trail?
Absolutely. CapeCodMuseumTrail.com.
Okay.
They'll be able to see all of the museums that are on the trail. There'll be links to each of the museums' webpage as well. And on top of that, there'll be different events going on. We like to showcase the special events that each museum is doing. So if you're wondering what to do for date night, that events calendar is sure to give you a variety of options.
Well, that's fantastic. Again, April 28th, 10 to 4, Hyannis Youth and Community Center, and bring everybody you know because this is something that they're hidden gems. There's lots of museums here on the Cape that are, you know, people just don't know about.
Exactly, exactly.
Excellent. Thanks for being with us, Matt.
It's my pleasure, Paula.
We have a packed community calendar this weekend. Art Week kicks off today, and for 10 glorious days, celebrate the arts in Barnstable. Kick off Art Week today with these fun photo walks. Discover downtown Hyannis in a memorable way on this interactive photo walk. Bring your imagination and see our town through new eyes using a one-word theme. Experience the village through this lens. Guided by photographer Marie Grady-Palix, you will explore for a half-hour photo tour, 3 to 3:30. Bring your iPhone or favorite camera. Learn fun facts about the town's history while picking up photography tips. There's also a tour earlier in the day in Barnstable Village, in the Barnstable Village Cultural District. That's at 11 to 11:30. Meet at the courthouse front lawn by Mercy Otis statue. Don't miss the Cape Cod Mini Maker Fair, Saturday, April 28th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Mashpee High School. The Maker Fair is a gathering of fascinating, curious people who enjoy learning and who love sharing what they can do. From engineers to artists to scientists to crafters, Maker Fair is a venue for these makers to show hobbies, experiments, projects. For Art Week, creative projects with a STEAM focus will be featured, providing a hands-on community event that is open to all ages. Explore interactive demonstrations ranging from media green screens, robotics, traditional arts, and more. The Greater Hyannis Civic Association will host an informational meeting Saturday, April 28th. Backers of the proposed Oceanside Performing Arts Center will make a presentation and respond to questions and comments from the public. We are happy to provide this opportunity both to the organization attempting to build the Performance Center and to the residents of the village where it is proposed to be built, said GHCA President Deb Crow, who will moderate the meeting. The GHC board has not taken a position on the project and looks forward to hearing what everyone has to say on the 28th. The meeting will begin at 10:30 a.m. at the Resort and Conference Center of Hyannis on Scudder Avenue. The Oceanside Board is interested in building its performance center at that site. To cap the weekend off, the Mid-Cape Cultural Council has a special event on Sunday, April 29th from 2 to 4 p.m. They will celebrate those who received grants from the council with a reception at Geyer Barn, Sunday, April 29th. Meet the organization, mingle with council members, and congratulate those who are making a difference in our community. They will also launch the Discovery Walk fundraising campaign. Find more Town Art Week events at www.artsbarnstable.com or for Cape-wide and beyond, www.artweekma.org. We hope you'll join us again Monday for an interview with Cape Cod Community College professors who highlight the creative writing and journalism offerings, a special interview with our departing Barnstable High School intern, and a recap of the Marston's Mills Streetscape Project information meeting. In celebration of our thriving creative economy and Art Week, we leave you with this quote by John F. Kennedy. If art is to nourish the roots of our culture, society must set the artist free to follow his vision wherever it takes him. We must never forget that art is not a form of propaganda. It is a form of truth. I'm Paula Hersey, and thank you for watching Barnstable Today.